Hey everybody, thank you for joining us tonight for part 4 of Tales from the Yawning Portal. Tonight we will be wrapping up the adventure in the Sunless Citadel. I don't expect we'll start the next adventure tonight. We might plant the seeds, but I think what you can expect is essentially wrapping up the Sunless Citadel, heading back to town, and a little bit of fun roleplay possibilities. So it might be a little bit shorter tonight. We will be off for, I believe, the next 2 weeks on Saturdays. So our regular Tuesday and Sunday games will be still good to go, but we will return thereafter with episode 5 in 2 weeks. If you'd like to catch up, you can find this specifically on our podcast by searching for Castle Mac, wherever fine podcasts are found, and also ours. So, quick introductions around the table. Young Spencer, want to tell us who you are, what the character you're playing is, and just a quick 10-second summary, and we'll get going.
So I'm playing Yawning, who's a wood elf fighter, and he has been exiled from his homeland and is out in the world looking for a purpose.
I am Etrigan, the draconic bloodline sorcerer, woke up on a battlefield with no memory, is searching for answers and something to do, and looking for secrets, which he's finding in the Sunless Citadel.
I am Rosabelle Nova. I am a half-elf warlock, celestial warlock. You don't know much about my background except for as long as I can remember, I've been having visions of bright blue lights, and I think that is where I get my healing powers.
Love it.
I am Orpha. I do the smashy. I do the choppy. I am a barbarian.
Sweet.
That's it.
And to summarize where we're at thus far, the characters, at the behest of Lady Hucrail, entered a sunken citadel that had fallen in a ravine, had searched through there and found quite a thriving ecosystem within the citadel. They discovered a warren of kobolds who were essentially battling for dominance of the warren against a goblin tribe led by a couple of hobgoblins, who they then defeated, descended further into the depths where they found a druid who had been experimenting with making plants grow without sunlight, and they also defeated an offshoot of the Gulthias tree. Unfortunately, the adventurers they were searching for at the behest of Lady Hucrail are no longer with us. So we are picking up literally immediately after the fight. You all are standing in this massive cavern where this tree once stood, which is now just smoldering embers. If you guys essentially burned it down to the ground, if I remember correctly.
And if I remember correctly, I wasn't even standing at all because I'm so injured that I'm just slumped over.
Yes, you're pretty injured. You guys have not had any rests since then. So, with that, I will hand it over to you. Meepo looks fairly victorious. He's puffing his chest out, kind of surveying the damage done, kind of looking up at you guys, nodding, seeming like he's pretty good.
Proficiency now in medicine, since he has helped stabilize multiple characters.
That makes sense. I like it. Yeah. We've allowed Meepo to have a character sheet, so he has made it officially as an NPC. He'll be half the character level rounded down.
Question.
Yeah.
On the new character sheet, where are the spells?
Scroll up. Oh.
While you're looking for that, I will say we are big fans of D&D Beyond. We love the new layout. Absolutely adore the new layout. If you're not using D&D Beyond, check it out. We're not affiliated or anything, so that's not coming from anywhere other than legitimately us finding it to be incredibly useful. I remember in the old days D&D trying to marry electronic access. Let's see, 3rd edition came with a CD-ROM, interactive CD-ROM character builder, and it was garbage. 2nd edition had a EXE you could download for Windows 3.1, I think, and they were all garbage, but D&D Beyond is really quite good. That's girls tracking our LaCroix openings.
Yeah, I tried to go down.
Yeah, it's very difficult, and you can see the audio spike. All right, let's get in and let's play some D&D. Let's get the music started up as you all are in the Twilight Grove right now. All around you, these sickly white, almost white, slightly off greenish shaded grasses sprout from this artificially tilled earth that you know has been filled with carrion and other just compost. I mean, it's quite disgusting. It's been tended to probably night and day by these skeletal servants that you found, which is likely the fate of the Hukreel siblings, were they to continue to live for some time.
I think I would like to go over to the Hukreel bodies and pull off the signet rings, if they're still on.
They are both still on there, yeah.
I would want to tend to Orpha.
Okay.
So I would use my last of my die from my healing pool.
Good.
Oh, I rolled a 1. I'm really sorry, but you have 1 hit point back.
Sweet. That helps.
Thank you.
Let me turn off all my other notifications.
Oh. Whoa.
Yes.
Just the new beyond.
Admiring the new changes.
Cool.
Alright, I will pull those off and suppose look up at Yurikin. Proof of death, I'm afraid. Instead of proof of life. It will return these to their mother.
Meepo puts a hand on your hip and kind of shakes his head and he goes, "It's a shame."
I forgot, did you say that you were down here looking for them?
We were.
So is your mission complete now?
What we were contracted for is complete. Though I'm not sure which way you came in. There's a door with the relief of the great dragon Ashadalan. The head of the kobolds has agreed to give us the key now that we've cleared out the goblins. I have to know, I'm afraid.
I will stick with you.
Good. I found that incredibly helpful that you joined us.
It is very fortunate considering.
Was there an apple on the tree?
There was.
Is it dead?
Y'all burned that
We
tree
burned
to
it.
the ground. Yep.
I actually think I'm sorry about the apple. I certainly wasn't thinking about it in the moment when I burned it down.
That's okay. You know, I don't think I was either.
Good. I would also, I think, stroke Meepo's little head after he put his...
He does like the dog, like close his eye and kind of push his snout up into your hand.
I'm just glad that we will have no more of the white ones. I am curious still about the red ones. I wonder if I will have a vision.
I suppose if you do, we can find them again. I think either way, even an apple a year that cures any disease was not worth whatever fell things were poured into this tree.
I do agree.
I think we've done better than we were contracted for, even.
I believe we've rid the world of a great evil.
Agreed. Should all be proud. Orpha, are you still with us?
Barely.
Meepo is proud.
As you should
You
be.
did good, Meepo.
Meepo did very good. Ugh.
No. Most kobolds are not known for their fighting prowess, Meepo.
Most kobolds must not be well known.
That's true.
Meepo is very well known. Just reaching into my adventurer's pack.
My bag of marshmallow holding.
Meepo, shall we return to your clan?
Yes. Meepo take you back to Yustran. We slay goblins, now kobolds own whole place.
That's correct.
Kobolds, work with humans, town people. Meepo grandfather work for people, for humans. They pay him.
There are many well-known warrens even in the large cities where they keep up. Seem to not go much into the human territory, nor do humans stray into kobold territory, but maintain.
Like a beetle clean up mess. Eat it.
What?
Yes.
What?
Well said, Meepo.
Exactly. Well, you return a hero.
Meepo and friends return heroes.
Agreed.
Meepo like humans.
We like you, Meepo.
Actually,
Kind of
Meepo,
just closes his eyes.
I'm a half elf.
He's like, human and elf. Oh,
But I don't get it.
I guess we've got a bit of a mix. Elf, half elf, human. And I don't really know what.
not really sure what just happened to our music.
Is this helping?
Yeah, that's actually really good.
It's too much. Just
Corn
replace
shit
the music.
percussion. Well,
Alright, well, we'll just have to go sans music for a little bit. It just crashed.
what if we get back up to the kobolds and we can manage to rest? I'd like to go through those doors, but
Maybe Meepo makes stew.
Mmm.
that-
Orpha could eat.
Human meat? Points at some of the bodies.
no.
Eh?
No,
No.
that's Meepo.
Okay.
I don't think so. Nor goblin. Nor hobgoblin.
Eh?
What meat?
We have rations that we can throw in that everyone can enjoy.
Yes, not human rations.
Orpha. Do you have humans?
No.
Or
Is rat.
rats are fine.
That's so tasty.
They'll do. They'll certainly do.
Well, back, humans, back we go. He reaches out a hand, grabs Orpha's hand. And you all head back. You walk back through the gardens. Hey, can you move your chair about 6 inches this way?
Yeah,
You're
of
getting
course.
cut off the frame there. You can look over there to see.
So I think
People
that
want to see your both shoulders.
Wow.
I think that Rosabelle
Good looking
is
left shoulder.
actually
That's
very
the frame.
disappointed about not getting the apple, but she didn't want to make him feel bad because she's just nervous about these new people.
Right.
But I think I am deep down pretty upset about it. But
Makes sense.
also I'm gonna blame myself.
Makes sense. It was a vision that brought you here to get the apple,
I think
you
so.
think? Or had you heard about it? I mean, you said you had heard about it in the village.
Yeah.
Cool. Makes sense. Do you want someone else to notice that on your face? Okay.
Not yet.
All right. Well, you all make your way back through the gardens. You climb up those vines back into where the bugbears had, or the hobgoblins had made their de facto command center. And when you open up the big room into the goblin chamber, you can see kobolds in there picking through. They're sifting through. If you remember, there's a huge pile of junk. They're sifting through that, finding all kinds of things. You see 2 kobolds fighting over a spear and kind of tugging at it. You see other ones just rummaging through. They disappear, just a tail kind of wagging. And then they come out emerging, holding a boot and looking at it taste it a little bit. Eats it, you see a tongue tasting it. Yeah. Puts it on his head, pulls it down, and ties the laces. They're clearly making themselves at home. And you can see the Queen Eustriel approach you. She's kind of gnarled. She's got this walking staff. She's 35 years old, so ancient and kobold years, of course. And she's like, "You defeated all goblins. Calcrix is dead, we found. But You defeated all goblins and whatever was below? And Meepo bows. He's like, yes, my queen. We defeated all of the skeletons and the evil druid down there. And she's like, impressive. I owe you my end of the bargain. Thank you, humans, for coming here and assisting the kobolds. What else can we offer you? Some of our young, perhaps.
I would ask that if he chooses to, Meepo join us. Meepo, that is if you agree. He performed admirably. He's perhaps the greatest kobold I've ever seen hold a sword.
You hear like all the rummaging, like record scratch. Like it's like everyone just stops when you say that. Meepo kind of shrinks back a little bit, and she's like,
Yes, he is very brave fighter. I have fought amongst many. Meeple holds up.
they're all kind of looking up at you, and she goes, very well fought then, Meepo. And he's like, he starts blinking really hard.
People do not cry. It is very embarrassing for you right now.
What's the special, their special ability, like cower?
Groveling. They can grovel. Yeah, Meepo kind of shrinks into himself a little bit, and he's like, Meepo join humans. Meepo join heroes. And Yustral says, well done, Meepo. You be ambassador to tribe. Come with me, Meepo. Come with me, Meepo. She kind of puts an arm on his back, and he looks back at you all just chest swole. And she leads him back towards the throne room. And you all can certainly follow, though she doesn't motion one way or the other.
I think I would follow.
All right. Yeah. You follow it, and as you pass, you see all these industrious kobolds quickly putting various goblin things to work. They've clearly gone to work cleaning the goblins as well to be served as meat, but they're moving in. They're obviously moving into the place. And so you come back into that chamber before that has the throne that was kind of hastily put together and the statue of the dragon with the key in its mouth. And she kind of hobbles over there and she says, Meepo, before you join a human, come spend time with me. Let me tell you tale of tribe, so that when you go out and meet other human and others, you can tell our tale. And he says, of course, my queen, of course. Meepo, hand me that key, would you? And he kind of scampers up and grabs it, has to wiggle it a little bit, pulls out this silver key, hands it to her. Her gnarled kobold hands wrap around it. She hobbles over to you and says, kobolds are true to their word.
I'll take it. Kind of inspect it. Not assuming it's anything different, but just out of curiosity.
Yeah. Silver key, well wrought. Looks, there's a little bit of art, like Art Nouveau style to it. Mm-hmm. It just looks a little out of place here, frankly. Yeah. Or maybe just ancient, or elvish, perhaps. But either way, it's a very ornate key.
That door also looked strange comparatively to the surroundings.
It did. It definitely did. And Yustral says, don't know what's behind door, but dragon people lived here many, many years ago. Cultists, me thinks.
For my arm, dragon cultist a long time ago. Were they dragon kin, dragon born, or were they something else?
I think they were elves or humans. But that's only judging by skeleton we find.
We could be looking at the origin of the cult of the dragon for all we know.
It does seem...
She kind of looks away from you and you say that, like, what's that?
something.
Is she being serious?
She seems to be like, haven't heard of it.
How long ago was?
Oh, Jake, thank you, sir. Jake dropped 400 gold pieces.
Dang.
Yes, about
Appreciate you, Jake.
Jacob.
the war.
Mm-hmm. A year?
Like 15 months ago.
Is that right?
Yeah, maybe even longer, like 18 months, I think, at this point.
18 months. 18 months. That's what I was going to say.
Just fine. No. I didn't believe you, but...
Lydia frequently doesn't believe. It's to trust but verify. That's Lydia's motto.
Distrust and
She wants to
verify.
believe, but she trusts no one.
Right.
All correct.
It's the X-Files conundrum.
All correct.
Where humans off to now? Humans...
And half elves.
And elves.
She's kind of like, pointy ears, didn't notice. Can we still call you just humans? It's easier to utter.
Yes.
I'm not offended by it.
Where humans go now?
After we explore the door, I suppose whatever presents itself.
Well, you must go back and report the findings
Oh,
of
yes.
those siblings.
Absolutely.
And can I come with you?
Oh, please. I was tasked to put together a company. We mean to go out and adventure, to do whatever good we can, uncover secrets, answers.
I was so sure that my destiny was to discover that apple, but now I'm just not sure. I don't know what my destiny would be.
I'm also seeking my destiny and my past.
Yusdrael also seek destiny and past. It is what keeps kobold families together. Our past is who we are, and we receive dreams as the shamans. Sometimes Yusdrael not able to interpret. Sometimes Yusdrael is.
I have the same thing. I have visions in my reverie, and I never know what to make of them.
She kind of smiles, a big dragon dog toothy smile. Like, maybe kobold and humans not so different.
Awkward.
Perhaps
I think I was just smiling.
you and I at least both have scales of some sort.
I mean, just... She kind of, like, squints her eyes at you, says, "Oh, let me see, let me see." She says, interesting. Silver.
Silver.
And this dragon that you want to go discover beyond that door, what kind of dragon is that?
A red one, unfortunately. A Chardonnay.
The most one of the evil ones.
Because a silver dragon, I hear, are good.
They are. They are very good. All metallic dragons, they can't help it in the same way that the chromatic cannot help what they are. Chardonnay was magnificent, great and terrible. I can't remember all, but I know that name was a scourge of this region. That it's a name that still puts fear into many.
A dragon that people can recall its first name must be a scourge.
Exactly.
How much do people know now about dragons after that?
I think a pretty good amount.
Like,
I
people
think-
would understand,
yeah,
like,
it's-
what type of damage they deal, and...
I think it's reasonable to assume that you all have base level understanding of dragons.
Okay.
Unless you've been living under a rock. But you were still at the well. You fought in the final battle. So even then, you would have been given the, like, alright, and just so you know, here's the thing to look out for. The quick, like, primer, like,
Acid.
field primer.
Fire!
Exactly.
26d6 fire damage.
Claws like swords, jaws like razors.
We haven't even spoken about the cloaca.
Oh my god. We're not bringing that back.
Oh, sorry.
We left that with Tiamat.
We left that.
With Tiamat.
There's some dwarf clan that took the cloacas of dragons and have them in their hall gilded cloacas.
Hammocks.
Y'all are gross.
Yes.
I'm
True.
taking these away from you.
It exists.
I'm corn chipped out.
You smell like
Humans.
Maisie's feet.
Humans need rest. Or humans go on.
We would need, I think it would be best, not knowing what's behind that door, to be as rested as we could be, especially Orpha.
Especially Orpha.
Eustrail take care of Orpha.
I'm curious to see if I am visited tonight, or if I'm not. I fear if I have failed, maybe those visions will stop.
Thank you, Ink-Betweens. That gets us to 500 and a divine
Ink-Betweens?
inspiration. That is one divine inspiration, potentially more if we carry over some of our last one-off stream. We've got a lot of divine inspos. Thank you guys so much for that. We appreciate that.
Everyone.
Yeah, thanks.
You take care of me, of Orpha. You have healing, you have
Yes.
magic.
Eustrail take care of Orpha.
That is so kind. Thank you.
Eustrail inherit all. You take care of all goblin for us. It's least Eustrail can do. She kind of paws at you a little bit. Almost maternally, but also grovelly in a way. Like she kind of does it and kind of like tugs on your clothes a little
It
bit.
starts maternal.
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly right.
Like when, I'm sure, like if Isabel's trying to take care of you guys if you're sick ever.
Yeah. Exactly.
And Charles tries to smell your chin. I'm sorry.
Wait, why?
Like a cat. Or a dog.
Oh my god.
Dogs try to slip that weird little thing in. Like, yeah, everything's cool.
So did she heal me?
She will. She's gonna take care of you. She does some weird kobold rituals. She like takes some weird powders like into a thing and applies those pastes to your wounds and everything. You all will in fact get a long rest. Lydia, you do have a strange dream. It's brief. Not necessarily clear.
It's like in Grim.
But does, well, you can interpret it however you'd like to interpret it. In your dream, you see a river flowing, and you can feel a strong wind blowing. And you see a single reed, and the reed is continuously knocked by the river. And then you see time passing quickly. The sun sets, the sun rises, and you see more reeds grow up alongside that reed, and they start intertwining. And as they do, they hold firm against the wind. Nobody else has any dreams. Everybody else, you sleep comfortably. The kobolds take really good care of you. They make some food. It's not great, but they try. It's definitely to their palates. Probably not at all what you guys would like to eat, but it's certainly more than edible. It's not disgusting. It's just kind of bland, I guess.
Put up the crackers that I'm sure I have in the rack.
You're like, thank you. Dumping some of it, replacing it with rations.
I heard some hardtack over there.
Of course.
How kind of you.
Meepo hangs out with you guys for some time, but you see him with his renewed confidence. He walks around the warren, almost like a political candidate. Like he's like, yes, and you will do well to take care of the guard duties. Like,
I'm not comfortable.
and then he does disappear with Eustrail around the morning. You can kind of overhear her chanting and talking to him, and they sing songs together, these low gutter like and you can tell that she's relaying history to him.
When he returns, since I just gave him starting equipment, could he have received ceremonial leather armor, which I imagine is just a patchwork that they made of other armor?
Definitely.
The least rusty scimitar.
Put your seat down a little.
Okay.
You look like his extra large big brother.
That's what it looks like on Tuesday when I sit next to Andrew.
I thought the seat
go
was
a little.
on this.
No, you go a little higher.
Wait, now I go a little.
Should I go lower?
No, y'all look great.
Okay.
Y'all are fine. Y'all look great. Look wonderful. All right. You guys pretty much have free reign. The kobolds mostly avoid you, but cast thankful glances your way. None of them go out of their way to come talk to you, but when you look over at one, you might see one kind of sitting up, and it catches eyes with you, and it's like bows and nods at you, and then goes about its
Imagine
business.
they're doing the trying to give encouragement, but it's creepy where they are clearly have the goblins there, and they show the goblins and point, and they show the cut, stab nice. And you're like,
Exactly. Alright, what do you all wish to do now? Meepo will not be joining you for this final excursion, but he will be
For a
leaving
shuttle?
with you. Yeah, you do know that Meepo is sunlight sensitive, so he will have trouble during the day. He is a nocturnal creature.
What does that mean, sunlight sensitive?
He has disadvantage on attack rolls in sunlight. I think there's some other implications too. Is it just attack rolls or ability rolls?
I
I think it's all.
I think it's all rolls.
If
basically.
it's drow, then
Yeah,
it'd
it
be
is.
all
It's the same
ability.
thing. So he's great at dungeons, not so great at daylight.
We're not playing Dungeons and Daylights.
You got it. You're right.
You got it, dude.
On that note, I'm going to give an inspiration for that and talk about the...
reward that.
Don't record that.
it just tickled my fancy, so there we go. DM prerogative. Quick
We gotta
little
start
note
tickling.
about our Castle Mac House rule. Every player gets an inspiration to give out to each other. That's in the corn chips for good role playing or when times are tough. So, all right, you guys start heading that way, or do you do anything else? Feel free to take your time, do some RPing, whatever you want to do.
I think I would like to look through the Tome of the Fire Lords. Tome of the Fire Lords, the book. I know it
Gotcha.
said resurrecting dead dragons. And
Yeah.
you said words in there. I think he's just gonna take. I think he, did the flip through there. It was interesting. Don't have time.
Yeah. You read through it, and I mean, it's pretty much the first third is a collection of writings, the collected writings of Vishtmore or something like that. And he's talking about the majesty of dragons, and it gives a history of the dragons and the giants and the time before people, and essentially how the dragons got a short shrift, and they should be the proper rulers of the world, but instead the bipedal humanoid folk are taking over, and how unfair that is, and if you could be the one to assist them on their return, they would surely reward you. It's basically that, but it's written like litanies. It's very, dare I say, biblical. It's and the dragons shall once again inherit the lands and stuff like that, kind of throughout it.
Do the rituals seem to, or the ceremonies? I don't think there's.
So the second and third halves really do focus on how to bring back dead dragons, but they're clearly incomplete. They're clearly meant to need at least a few other works to kind of come together. And I think parts of the text even call out specifically that that's by design.
Where did you get those again?
The library.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh. I was probably dead during that.
No, you were there. We got some other stuff, but then it was just there's a book about resurrecting dead dragons. I was I'm afraid that's for me, darling.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that.
But yeah, I mean that's essentially the book. You can tell the voice changes a couple of times, so it's written by or transcribed by 2 or 3 different authors, and in fact you could tell the way it's organized is like that first kind of book of litanies that almost feels like this is what drove the cult originally, and then it's like the application of that, and then modern interpretations of the word, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think he'll find that incredibly interesting and
Yeah.
close it, probably wrap it in a leather and put it into his pouch.
And I don't think you know much about the Cult of the Dragon. You know that they were, the cause of the war. I mean, that has been obviously drilled into everyone's heads. But it really wasn't their initial calling, I guess. And in fact, for thousands of years, the Cult of the Dragon had no intention of raising Tiamat. They had every intention of raising dead dragons and worshipping dragons.
It was like what Talus the White said. She was
Yeah.
like, this wasn't what I signed up for.
Yeah. So there was even a schism within that.
So many throwbacks.
All right. So you see him reading through his book. Do the rest of you do anything on this downtime? Eustrail tends to Orpha for a little while, but not long. I mean, you still get your long rest in. You get some Z's. Yurikin, you take a.
I was in a pretty bad
trance.
state at the end of that, so I'm probably just recovering.
Yeah. Anybody else wish to do anything else?
I don't really have anything to do. I don't know what my purpose is here yet.
I'm just laying there getting healed.
All right.
You're just recovering?
Yeah.
I'll just be chilling with Yurikin. Or is it a
Chilling.
Yurikin? Can y'all with your can names?
Can.
Your I can.
You're a can't.
His name is Yurikan, not Yurikan.
It's time to ask yourself, Yurikin, are you a Yurikin or a Yurikin?
Or you're right. I'm not even taking it.
All right, guys, what do? You tell me. I'm not throwing anything at you. The ball is in your court.
After I put the book away and we've clearly eaten and slept, I'll, I think, hold the key out. This is certainly the key to the door. Nobody has to come. I'll admit this is less about a quest and more about my own burning need to know.
Let us just go.
I think we should all go. I had a dream last night and I'm not sure what it meant. I can only remember pieces of it, but from what I can recall, there was a reed in a river, and over time it met up with other reeds. And again, over time, they became intertwined and stronger, and I think that is what is happening here. I was just one reed, and then met with other reeds, and now we will be intertwined.
We were all one reed at one point, and I think you're right. I find great comfort, frankly, being with all of you. Your prowess with magic, your bow is incredible. Orpha, you're the strongest warrior I've ever seen. And Meepo.
And Meepo.
You can hear a sharp inhalation from breath somewhere in the cavern.
A chest swelling.
Chest swelling intensifies.
What's in that red vine's back?
I'll open it real quiet, though.
You guys are snacky.
What?
I get it. It's D&D.
All right, I think we will head. We'll head to the
Okay.
Ashardalon door.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the path. It's not terribly difficult to get to. And Sean, if you would help me move the camera, you guys come in through this door. As you recall, this is essentially the entrance courtyard.
Raven, could you throw me a red vine?
She can.
Got it.
Man, that's a good throw.
A little high.
Doesn't pass or good
Sorry.
catch.
Why didn't anyone laugh at my she can? Let me say it again.
No, I didn't hear it.
You already got an info.
Nameplates.
Why you need those?
Because, Lydia, we're in a dungeon. specifically a dungeon about dragons. So we're pretty much right in the money.
We're only level 1.
2.
Level 2.
You're level 2. I mean, you could be level 1 if you want to.
Can I tell you a funny story? I'll wait till
Please.
later.
No, go ahead, please.
It has to do with red vines.
Okay.
Okay, so the other day...
Is it gonna help in our sponsorship or no? Or any sponsorship?
No. So the other day I stayed home from work and I was like surfing all around Twitch to discover different things, and I was in Thanran's Twitch watching him play a video game, and I said something about red vines, and he has like a little Easter egg that whenever somebody said red vines, it like gave this whole thing, and it just had to wait for that trigger.
Nice.
What?
I was the only one that had ever done it.
That's pretty good.
What?
That's incredible.
I'm glad he's in on this. What if we could get Red Vines to support the like streaming community? Like, what if Red Vines were like, I mean, they're talking about us a lot.
There you go.
Look at Twizzlers, I think, objectively,
Right.
is winning everywhere else.
Yeah.
It's time to make a stand somewhere, Red
Mine
Vines.
should know where their market is.
I urge you all to go to Thanran's stream this week and just talk about red vines and see what happens, because it was.
You just say red vines and the thing does the thing.
I can't remember what I said. I just said red vines, and like the stream elements thing, like popped up with like a blurb about red vines.
That's pretty awesome. I'm glad Van Rand's in on the love. Okay. You all return. Meepo looks a little jealous that he can't come with you. You see he's got his hands in hand with you, Estrail, and they're sort of staring at each other and chanting, and he's like... And she kind of grabs his face and pulls him back. And clearly he wants to join you right now. As a reminder, this room you've already explored. And the masonry walls of this room are in poor repair. The far end you can see is collapsed, filling that whole section with rubble. The far wall is in much better shape than the other walls and holds the stone door with a rearing dragon carved in relief on it. The door has a single keyhole situated in the dragon's open mouth.
Is this the room where they found the dragon breath?
Nope. That was the fountain room. Kind of other side. This is as far as you've gotten in this wing of it.
Rosabelle has never been here.
No, Roosevelt hasn't. So yeah, you're staring at this. It's clearly a red dragon. Just wings back, mouth open, roaring. Wonderful craftsmanship, Roosevelt. As you look at it, it's carved in mithril and it's got, gold kind of inlaid in it. It looks really nice. Very good craftsmanship compared to the rest of this place.
But this is what we find inside.
A Shogglon or a red dragon?
Isa.
I think it would be unlikely. I think most of the dragons were at the well. Some escaped, though. That's for sure. They were not all defeated.
If not a dragon, what do you think we will find inside? Treasure?
There's a chance there could be treasure.
I think we're going to find a dragon.
Well, if we find a dragon, we can't hope to beat it. We might be able to escape in enough time to alert those who can. A red dragon, even if it's here, can't be allowed to stay here. Also, though, those kobolds would be serving a dragon. If there was a red dragon here, they would be at its feet. They'd be cleaning its teeth.
Meepo would have
True.
surely said something.
They were excited just to have a white dragon wormling. White dragons are the most pitiful savage of all the chromatic dragons. The idiot cousin. Raise a good point. But almost the hand just going in anyway. But I have to know.
All right. You sure?
Sure.
No, I actually think I'm gonna go to bed now. Thanks for coming over.
I've decided not to join you. I'll wait outside.
The whole thing about the reeds.
I had a different dream, actually.
Perfectly crafted. Just absolutely no resistance. Slides right in, you feel it latch. Turns with the weight of a feather. And as it does, the door pops open. You can see an elaborate locking mechanism. If you would, lift up that piece of paper.
This one right here?
Yep.
Move me, Bo.
And if you would, please adjust the camera. Ooh, there's more. Just keep sliding, keep sliding. All right.
I hope
As
you
the
reuse
door.
this paper.
What's that?
I hope you reuse this
Yeah,
paper.
it's not used at all. Put it in your printer. I'm not gonna like pee on it and throw it away or something.
Beat on it.
Why don't you trust my paper usage? As the door opens, a hissing noise and a puff of dust around the door indicate that the chamber beyond has been sealed for ages. Dust, long undisturbed, covers every surface in this large gallery, and the air is stale. 3 alcoves sit on one wall, and opposite there's one on the opposite wall. Each alcove contains a dust-covered stone pedestal with a crystalline globe resting on it, roughly skull-sized, about this big. The globes on the far wall are cracked and dark, but the globe in the southern alcove glows with a soft blue light, and you can hear a faint tinkling, like crinkling snow.
Well, it goes without saying I would have had weapons drawn.
No, it went without saying. Roll initiative, that's good.
I don't have a weapon.
I will... Because it's just a faint glow from that.
Faint blue glow.
Alright, on my locket I'll cast light.
Yeah.
So I can...
Now you can kind of hold it forward and see the remainder of the room. It is pitch black in here, other than the faint blue glow coming from that globe.
Orpha, can you see well in the dark?
No.
Do you have your hammer, or like what do you fight with?
Great axe.
I'll touch it with light.
Thank you.
It'll just be white.
Cool.
There's a globe on the inside.
And you see a door on the far side, if you couldn't see that wooden door over there.
I'm afraid I'm going to brave it. I will step inside.
Okay.
You know,
Step foot.
I'll follow like right behind him.
Okay. Your foot hits like a half an inch of dust, and as it does, and in your magical, like ultra white, washed out magic light, you can see motes of dust just hanging and getting kicked up from the floor, almost ripple out like a wave.
I'll shoulder Yurikin. Because they want to go in first, see what happens.
Let them.
He might keep his distance.
Somehow you're way out of frame again. Maybe it's just leaning forward.
Oh, it's just because I was down here.
You're good. Okay, what do the rest of you do?
I'm going in with him.
Y'all stand out, coming in. What you doing?
I'd be right
Probably
behind.
follow, yeah. Just kind of like looking around from like the middle of the room.
Okay. Nothing else jumps out at you. Just a faint, twinkly orb and a door on the far side.
I think I'd look at these cracked ones, inspect these.
First. They all look similar. They're glass. Looks like it's pretty thick. Thicker than it might look at first. Like once you get kind of like a CRT television. You ever seen the glass of one cracked? It's like that thick. And you wouldn't think that, but it is. And so as you get closer, you can see like, man, these cracks look deliberate. They look like someone attacked them. Because there's no way this would have cracked otherwise.
I think I'd say just that. This is far too thick to have fallen over and broken in some quake. Somebody had to try to break this deliberately.
Why leave the other one? What was that ill?
It must have been ages ago.
For sure.
Why would someone want to break them?
I don't know.
Let's move on.
What about this one? I'll walk towards the glowing boy.
Okay. All right. Right as you get close to it, can you do
It
me a
doesn't look so
small
bad.
favor and just roll me a wisdom save? Actually, I need everyone to roll me a wisdom save.
Oops.
Not best.
You did good.
Did alright though.
14.
Yeah, 18.
15.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
All of you are in this quiet room. Orpha starts walking towards it. Orpha, you see a blue flash, and all of you hear, and it's this discordant music. Like these opposing notes, and you see Orpha just grab her ears and Orpha, in your head, you hear the flapping of dragon wings. You can smell the battlefield that day, and you can feel frantically looking, and you all see she turns and runs and dashes out this door.
Wait, I didn't make it?
Nope.
With a 14?
You see Orpha, and Orpha, it's not even making sense to you. You all continue to hear this screeching, squealing sound. You can hear it reverberating off the walls, and you can start to hear it prying at your mind. Can I have everyone please roll me initiative?
Here's the initiative thing.
Yeah. Oh. Combat.
Oh.
All right, Orpha, what you got?
Used to. 15.
Okay. Rosabelle?
11.
Etrigan?
14.
Yawning.
9.
Okay. Orpha, you are sprinting. Orpha, you hear footfalls, and she disappears down the hall. Etrigan, your turn, sir.
Well, I think he is gonna try to attack. So I would need to get here to attack with the whip. Green flame blade still doesn't.
Nothing. It'll do nothing extra
Yeah,
right
it'll do
now.
nothing right now. Okay. I'm going to. I'm gonna just hit it with the whip. I don't know what else to do. It's a 10, my
That
man.
is a hit. Full damage.
That's 6 damage.
Alright, you whirl your whip around. And as you do, the sound gets even louder. And you instinctively just have to shrink back in a little bit. Give me another wisdom save, my dude.
Nah, man, that's a 9.
You start having this horrible vision. You can feel the mud and the dirt of the battlefield. Feel yourself on the ground, looking around, confused, trying to shield your eyes. You glance up at the sky, which is dark and overcast, and just see great winged forms. Cover your eyes again. The rest of you actually see him turning and running. Had a little bit of movement left there, right?
Yeah.
Right there. And how much damage was it?
6 damage.
You all do see that he whips it, and you see this crack appear on it. And as it does, blue light is like pouring out of that crack. Rosabelle.
Seeing that, I will use my Eldritch Invocation of Fiendish Vigor and cast False Life on myself.
What does that do?
Gives me extra hit points.
Oh, cool.
1d4 plus 4.
Okay.
Temporary hit points for an hour. So 6 more hit points for
All right.
Lydia.
And
I mean
your
7.
turn. What is it's 1d4 plus.
4.
Cool.
So I guess seeing the cracks start to form, I will. I guess he's kind of right in the doorway. But so I guess I'll just fire an arrow from there
Okay.
at the orb.
Roll it, my dude. That is a hit.
Nice. For 9 damage.
Alright, you line it up, and as you do, like, your vision is starting to blur. You just see this bright blue light. You aim for it, loose the arrow, you hear whoosh, and there's no more sound, no more light. The orb is cracked and lies dormant. Or if you feel yourself kind of shaken out of it, and you're running towards that courtyard. In fact, you remember the courtyard you guys entered in? You kind of stop, and you're feet away from that first pit that Marion fell into. Kind of catch yourself, snap out of it.
I'm gonna run back.
You all hear Orpha.
Just Forrest Gumping it.
My name is Orpha.
I'd come back in and I guess see the arrow through it and
How much can I move myself back?
slap
back.
slap Yurikin on his back. Well done.
That took my total action to get back.
Yeah, we're out of initiative anyway.
Oh, okay.
That was
What's
it.
that?
Let's see.
Let's touch it.
I want to go through and see what it was.
It is now completely inert. It's not doing anything.
Nothing
Not
I know
a
about
thing.
it.
Mm-mm.
Back, I saw the battle again. The war at the well. I was looking in the sky. All the bloodshed. All the chaos. Such destruction. I don't know what took over me.
You're back with us now, though.
Yes. I'm back. Were you back at the well?
Yes. I don't want to talk about it.
I'm with you. Well, through the next door then.
I guess maybe no touching. You go first or Orpha go first?
I can go first, Orpha. I had us come down this way. Should some danger befall us, I don't know that I'd feel well if anybody else took it first.
Okay, hero.
Alright, go ahead. Lift the paper. Adjust the camera.
Oh, my.
A tiny. I was like, oh shit.
What's next?
If it was just 1 5. Yes, dead end.
It was nothing.
That's it.
Surprise. Big surprise. Not cheaty. Hey, do you see the little knob on the side of it? That's how, if we need to, you can also adjust its angle.
Got it.
But it looks like it's alright. Alright, friends, you see
It opens.
a hallway. Door opens, regular old wooden door. You see it extending to your left, and you see another wooden door back on the wall.
Just the door we came in?
No.
That door?
Oh my
Another
god.
wooden door.
Oh.
Over here. Somewhere.
Yes. Yeah, sorry, if you can slide the paper a hair if you need to.
That one.
I'll turn around. There's another door at the end, but it doesn't seem like there's anything else. Walls look any different in here? Anything?
No, they really
out of the
don't look any
ordinary?
different. In fact, it's the same deal. You just, there's this stale, stagnant air that's sitting in here, layers of dust. Besides that, nothing really looks different at all.
Alright. Beep boop, beep
Alright,
boop.
you guys walking right behind him, I presume?
Roll an ish.
Not an ish. But can I have everyone please tell me their armor classes?
16?
Alright,
14.
Orpha.
15.
Okay. Just you in the lead.
Is it just a trap, or is it possible to roll a shield?
It's not.
Okay.
It would,
Just wondering.
You step on a pressure plate as you're in the lead, and 3 arrows take 9 hit points worth of damage, and you can see the tiny little arrow holes that were completely obscured by dust and feel the slight pressure plate. Once the arrows are sticking out of you, you immediately leap off it. You can look down and see where you stepped. Dust kind of caved in, and as it came back up, you can now see a raised circle of dust.
Alright, yeah, I'll pull them out.
Oh, thank you, Stump. Stump just gave us another divine inspo.
Stomping it.
Yeah.
Where's your other?
I bought some new coins upstairs to track them, so
Go get
I'll
'em.
grab them. I'll grab them on the break.
No,
Thank you,
Steven's
Stump.
not allowed to leave. Not allowed to leave during the stream.
You cannot. You cannot.
Can't
Yeah, I'll
boss me
slump against the wall and glad I went first.
Orpha asked, okay, you okay over there? In the lead?
I think I'm alright. Not feeling great. But that is what it is.
Are we in initiative? Can I spend one of my healing?
Yeah, you're not in initiative. Go ahead.
4 back.
Thank you.
This one, she's so useful.
Yeah, I guess I'll put my hand on top of yours and back here. Thank you, Rosabelle. I feel my wounds closing already.
Through the next door.
Or if you'd like to go first, you certainly may.
Like, click
All right.
You fell over.
Take that paper off. Let's keep moving.
one little sliver of a room.
Oh my god. what is
Isabel
that?
drew that for us. by the
Nuh-uh.
way.
I was just about to ask
Yep.
that Isabel draw that.
Dust fills the hall like a layer of gray snow. In the rounded end of the chamber stands a 10-foot tall sculpture of a coiled dragon carved from red-veined white marble.
Wow.
You see no other doors in this room. Just a dragon sculpture. You want to see what it looks like? There's actually a nice little image of it. So you can see this red-veined marble.
Shit.
For those of you back home. And for you. And for us, I asked Isabel to draw us a dragon. So there you go.
Okay.
You want we should go in?
I want to keep pushing in until we can't push any further.
No doors in here, though.
There's nothing up against that wall.
Nothing.
Unless dragon is doored, but I don't want to touch anything else.
Maybe. The door on the other side had something. A fountain.
Mm-hmm.
The other fountain. That other door was locked. They were clever. I say we go inside. I'll go up to the dragon. I am trying to be a little cautious here where I'm walking.
Got it.
So I'll move it half speed.
Why don't you roll either investigation or perception for me? Your choice.
I'll roll perception. That is a 13.
Okay. You start scanning the ground, touching gingerly with your toe, sliding dust to the side, and you make it to the statue without incident.
Okay.
Except for when you get to the statue, its lower jaw, you hear, and it opens, and a voice speaks, and the jaw moves almost like an animatronic. Like it's not the statue speaking, but the jaw starts moving.
Some clockwork that makes
Like
it...
some automaton.
Yes, exactly.
No,
And you hear a voice,
All.
and the voice says, "We come at night without being fetched. We disappear by day without being stolen. What are we?"
Well, what?
Fucking build
What
a
did he
bag of
say?
shit down here.
What did he say again to me?
What was it?
We come at night without being fetched. We disappear by day without being stolen. What are we?
Is it stars?
When she says that, you're and you see a light appear on the far wall, outlining a door. And the door opens. That gets you an inspiration.
Fuck yeah.
Nice thinking.
Oh, thanks.
Glad we watched The Hobby yesterday.
I'm there.
Okay, as that happens, I think almost like too excitedly, Etrigan would run up to Orpha and put his hands on his back. Orpha, that was brilliant. Yes.
Thank you. I'm trying to validate why I would have known that.
Because you're
No,
good
that's
at,
barbarian wisdom.
you're good at riddles.
Could your girl have told you that? Or something like it? Maybe she
Probably
played
just
game?
living out, walking around under the stars all the
I mean,
time.
there's no
is
reason
what
that you would
stars-
have known it over anyone. Like, sometimes you hear something
Yeah.
and immediately you're just like, oh,
That makes
it's that.
sense. Could have just
Yeah.
clicked.
You're like,
Not like you have other entertainment, probably.
Yeah.
The tribe, just talk about stars and fight and drink. That's probably about it.
probably somebody's like, where do the stars go at nighttime? And you're like,
Hey, Orpha, what do you think happens when you die?
Oh my god.
Anyways, a secret door opens right here.
Drop your axe.
on this one?
Mm-hmm. Adjust that camera for me.
Yeah. I forgot.
And as you do that, dust cloaks the contents of this 20-foot wide hall. 6 alcoves line the walls, 3 to the north and 3 to the south. Each alcove, except the southwest one, holds a humanoid figure carved of the same red-veined white marble. The figures resemble tall elves in plate armor holding spears. A stone archway at the far end of the hall opens into a wide room from which a greenish light glows. A dark pit is situated before the archway.
So this one does not hold one then, but the rest of
The
these
rest do.
Did it look like there was one there at any point?
Well, you could go investigate it if you wanted
I
to.
would like to.
All right. You get up there and look around, and you can in fact see a rusted circular spot that looks like a statue used to be there.
And the other ones are elves holding
They're all
spears?
elves in plate, like elven plate mail. Like it's got these very circular
regal
pieces.
elves, yeah.
Mhm. They're wearing winged helms, holding shields, and extending out spears. All of them look quite regal.
Are they all like identical, or
They're not identical. They
different?
look like they're all individual, even though they're all standing similarly. Like some of them have their spear up, some of them are a little bit more in a fighting stance. One has his shield at his side.
Can you be more familiar? Is this a burial chamber for elves? Is this what it would look like, or Roosevelt? Do you know?
Doesn't appear to be. I'm not sure what it is.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go investigate one of these statues. Just take a look at it, see if I can figure anything out about it.
Make me a survival check as you get to that. Okay. You're looking at the statue and you don't see anything that immediately strikes you as odd. Until you see scratch marks on part of it, on its robe. You kind of look closer. You can see a couple other spots where it has these 3 little scratch marks in it. And you look down into the dust, and again, the dust is, a half an inch thick. But you can see what almost look like little tiny footprints, little clawed feet. Don't look kobold. They're smaller.
The scratches are not part of the sculpture.
They don't appear to be.
And they don't look like goblin.
They don't look like goblin.
How fresh do they look? Are they kind of buried under the dust too?
Yes, they're
Okay.
a little buried. They do not look fresh.
Right. So I think I would kind of rub my hand on the scratches and say something has scratched these statues, but I'm not sure what. I don't recognize the footprints.
Yeah, I mean, I'd come over.
Well spotted. That's a small detail I think I easily could have missed.
There was a statue here at one point, but no longer.
Why would somebody move a statue?
And why do they have such tiny feet?
I don't know if the tiny feet move the statue. Maybe. Could be magic. Stranger things have happened.
And what's all that polka dot stuff down there?
That is a pit.
A pit?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cut the shit.
Go get in that pit, please.
I want to go look and try to drop something down into it.
Okay. Well, as you get to the pit, you actually notice those little footprints go to the edge of it and then disappear.
Okay.
And as you look down, the pit is 10 feet deep and filled with lethal-looking spikes all along the bottom. On the far side, you can clearly see a sarcophagus, and as you get closer at the edge of the pit, it looks like it's got the shape of a dragon on it.
Rosabelle, what do you see?
I see a pit that looks quite dangerous, but on the other side, there's the tomb of a dragon.
Tomb of a dragon. I mean, hurriedly I'd head over there.
All right, you both are standing on the edge here.
Yep.
I'm gonna run over too.
You too, you reckon?
Yeah.
All right, you all are looking down on this 10-foot wide, 10-foot deep pit. You can see that the sides are look as if they were hewn in such a way that there are handholds. There's all over these little rectangular indentations that go about 2 inches deep.
Do you want to try to climb down, get around the spikes?
I think I would. I'd like to see what's in that room. Any chance overhead there's like
Like a vine?
no, like an
Indiana
exposed
Jones.
beam. Yes.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Is there any, let me ask it this way. Is there something I can wrap my whip around to swing across?
Yes, there is. It's an archway that's open. It's got a little cut in the top part and then a cross beam in the archway.
Wait,
it actually
what?
looks like it's got some designs on it.
Gotcha.
Where?
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Up above. I'm just looking for a reason to just swing from
just
a
to
whip
whip swing.
to the other side.
Damn it.
Wait. First, I'm gonna throw a javelin across just to try and hit this wall.
Okay.
To try and trigger anything that might happen.
It flies across, ding, 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 hits the ground, and disappears behind the sarcophagus. Disappears from view.
Okay.
You don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything. Are you guys there? I'm confused.
Alright, man, I'm gonna and try to swing across.
Tell me what role you think is most appropriate.
Wisdom.
Acrobatics?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Easy.
I suppose acrobatics is good.
Or, I mean, do you want me to make an attack roll to wrap it around the thing?
I think we can include it all, given that you're proficient. Are you proficient in acrobatics?
No.
Are you proficient in athletics?
No.
Man.
Okay, then make me an acrobatics check straight up.
Okay. That's an 18.
You all see Etrigan. Looks like he loses his nerve for a split second, shakes his head. Bam, ba-dam, bam, bam, ba-dam.
Throw me the dragon statue, I'll throw you the whip!
Slides to the side. You hit, your feet kind of slide in the dust, and you're like, all right. And you look, and this little demon just waiting. It's like, ah! Looks like this. Bug eyes, horns.
The fuck?
Let me seize it. Ew!
Hey, demon, I'm sorry about the bug eyes.
Why does it look like a cockroach?
He landed and he's like, that was awesome.
It's tiny. It's like
It's a cockroach demon.
2.5 feet tall. And it's like, "Ah!" And it immediately leaps at you. And I would like everyone to please roll initiative, although he is getting a surprise round on you.
I mean, was it impressed, though, with the whip swing?
It definitely was.
Oh, tight.
Can we take a short break?
We will
before
after this fight. How about
Okay.
that?
What if some of us have to pee-pee?
Okay, all right. You guys want to take a break? Let's get initiative, and then we'll take a break, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Initiative, then breaky. Initiative, then breaky.
Pee-pee.
Oh, he's going to get to go
brother.
twice,
Uh-oh.
I think. Okay, Orpha.
16.
Okay.
A dirty 16.
Rosabelle.
4.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Etrigan?
34.
34.
Also 4.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Which one of you has higher dex?
I got +3.
And
Dirtier.
I got also 16.
Okay, I think you have a higher dex.
I go before him.
My docs.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back in 10 minutes, everybody. You can watch the conclusion of the Sunless Citadel and then the transitory period between this and the next adventure. Whoa, God, what's happening?
Doink.
Hey everybody, thank you for sticking it out with us through the long break. We're back. Just a couple of things to get out of the way right now. First of all, again, thank you guys so much for joining us on Saturday night. Our regularly scheduled game of Strahd is tomorrow at Sunday night, and real talk, you don't want to miss it. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a really, really good one. So tune in 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time. We hope to see you there. Tuesday night, we are Prince of the Apocalypse. We are in the Temple of Elemental Evil.
I'm unable to make it this Tuesday.
Scratch that. Not doing Tuesday. Something might happen Tuesday. I don't know. We'll
Me
see.
and Raven are gonna kick off our stream.
Okay.
Girl
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Dream phone.
Don't paper bag.
Dream phone.
So that's our schedule. As you guys have probably seen, down below we have a... you guys.
Them.
I'd watch it. I mean,
Skipping past that one. The link to our
Great
Discord
call.
is down below. This kind of craziness is going on all the time in our Discord, but most importantly, we have a pretty awesome community there. People have come together to form new games that they're playing together and all kinds of insanity. So please come join us. It's a lot of fun in the Discord. We love it. Make sure you're following us all on Twitter. You can see sweet cat memes like the one I posted that blew up and my phone's been blowing up and it's
God.
annoying. But you can follow us all on Twitter. Our links are right. Mine's
So
right
annoying
there.
being popular.
Ravens.
it's like humble bragging.
That was a humble brag. Ravens is right there. Lydia's is right there. Wait. Spencer's. How do I do? Oh,
The depth perception on it.
right there.
Look how bad my arm looks.
Sean's is right there.
Look how disproportionate my.
That was pretty good. I really
I'm just
enjoyed
a
that.
hand and a head.
But yeah, the Discord though, some of you guys I see in chat, I don't know if you're in the Discord, but you'll see plenty of other people who are in the chat right now are in the Discord, so please join us.
It's a lot of
there.
fun. Good people. 2 more plugs, promise, and we're done. Our podcast is edited by our friend Ricardo Ritsukui on Twitter, or Ritsukui, I don't know. He does a really good job of taking the audio from our live streams and converting it to podcast form. He cuts the breaks out and does some audio cleanup. He started with the Sunless Citadel, so you can catch up on the last 3 episodes of the Sunless Citadel, and it's really a lot of fun. It works pretty well. So if you check that out, it really does sound
really
quite good. Better than I expected, to be completely honest with you. You can find that on iTunes under Castle Mac. There's also a link down below. And finally, speaking of audio, our friend Andrew has completely written our original soundtrack, and you can find that for your listening pleasure at castlemach.bandcamp.com. Also, a link is down below. My man is incredibly creative, and our music is awesome, and it's only going to continue to expand. He's constantly writing new music, and so it's expanding. You're probably hearing the same tunes over and over, but eventually we will have a huge repertoire.
If you've got your own games and you want to cruise and listen to it, I do, just to get myself amped for a game.
Yeah.
And a shadow box for 45 minutes.
Well, that's what you have to do. So, with that, we have a demon who has ambushed Etrigan, who was straight up Indiana Jonesing across that pit. And so we were in initiative, and this little baby, tiny, frankly cutie demon comes at you.
The cockroach demon.
Oh my god, what is it?
That's not quite accurate.
Oh my god, it's like a fat beast.
That is a little.
Do you
little
have any
fat
dead
beast.
cockroaches outside we could just
looks
put on the
like-
table?
Slimer.
Maybe. I hope not.
Look at that.
Slimer.
I think I have some
Look
of
at
my
that
first.
fat beast.
Looking at me.
All right. As you land, you're like, like you look back. I was like, and it's just comes at you with these little horns, claws, and scratches at you.
I cannot do a shield since it's a surprise
You
round.
can do a shield.
I can.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
still do reactions. So here's my roll. Would you like to shield that? Okay, weird. That was his surprise round. So back around, here he goes. Brink. Would you like to shield that, my dude?
What's that roll?
That is a natural 16.
I will shield.
What does that bring you to?
21.
You blocked it. He leaps at you. This little, I mean, again, he's 2.5 feet tall. Takes a leaping jump at you. Little fangs sticking out, bug eyes reflecting the green and orange torches. In fact, you see the green torches here, but there's regular torches that are permanently lit in the other corners. And as he leaps at you, you sort of fall backwards a little bit, raise your hand, do the quick incantation. He bounces off it, hits the ground, and kind of scuttles up against the wall, clearly keeping the wall between him and the rest of the party.
Question about this dungeon.
Yeah.
Those torches that are lit, how lit are they?
They're lit AF.
Okay. I was just checking.
Yeah, absolutely fanatically lit.
Yep.
And flaming.
Yeah, they're lit and flaming.
Perfect.
Okay. Etrigan. No.
Yurikin.
Yurikin.
Here I can.
Yurikin.
I can't move my R's. Yurikin.
Would I be able to, like, get down into the pit and then back up, like, with the footholds, like, reasonably?
It would
like
take
Tuesday.
all your movement to climb down safely. Climbing is half speed.
Okay. What's the chance I could jump that? Pretty slim?
What's your strength?
You're slender.
Strength is pretty low.
You're slender, lithe little elf.
Acrobatics is high as hell.
really high.
Acrobatics isn't.
Flip
It's
it.
not like
It should.
long
It's
jumping.
athletics is
Yeah.
long jumping.
Okay.
Acrobatics is more like landing
Yeah.
accurately.
I could throw you.
Let's talk about your
I
chances.
like that idea.
Could throw you.
If she were to assist you, I would let you roll your athletics check with advantage. It would take her action to help.
I can throw you.
Throw
Got
me.
a -1 and
All right. So I'm gonna assume this is what happens then as
My
you coordinate
ass
your
is
turns.
like hella high.
He backs up there,
I'll be like
asks you to
waiting.
move, and she's like ready to grab you. Okay. So that is your turn and Orpha's turn, or that'll happen now. So Yurikin, you come running. Roll athletics with advantage as Orpha grabs you and tries to toss you.
If Likes the Villain is in here,
Athletics.
get help is happening now.
Oh, gosh.
So-
It's a... that's just... Wait, where's my athletics? It's a 12.
Okay.
got some of those
Oh.
divine die.
We have 2 divine die. Would you like to reroll one? Which I forgot to get while I was upstairs.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, reroll one.
That's probably a good idea.
For the next go round, I'm gonna give this to
Okay.
Yurikin.
Fair. All right, re-roll that. Yeah,
I'll use the
12.
special one.
You're midair and not feeling great about it.
gosh. That's
Okay,
worse.
roll acrobatics. Difficulty 12.
Okay. This is unfortunate.
You run. Orpha grabs you. You go sailing. You see the end in sight, and you can't quite grasp it.
You die.
As you fall 10 feet
You dead.
into spikes.
It's a lot
It's
of damage.
unfortunate. That is gonna
Spikes are
hurt.
an additional. Where is it?
Face first into a wall.
You take 6 points of damage as you fall and feel you just happen to be able to twist your body, and 2 of the spikes kind of cut along your chest and along your leg as you sort of fall in between them. Your bow clatters beside you.
How much stew did you eat last night?
It's good stew.
Etrigan.
Okay. Can I use my interact to listen
yes.
the whip?
That's fair. Yeah. Interact 2. I'm not gonna do it.
To,
Why
Yeah.
didn't you continue?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Why did you not just do that?
For our stream, can we just broadcast our stream, but we'll just do voiceovers for everyone?
You guys should do a Mystery Science Theater style stream where you stream another stream and then you guys just like lower the volume and add your own commentary.
People would be so mad if we weren't doing our own.
fans in chat, I bet, hit us up later, Fan, if you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Mystery Science.
Hey, look at
Fan.
this guy. What do you think he's doing? Yeah, okay. Etrigan.
Alright, well, I
Pretty excited for
benefit
doing
from that. Ah, man, I think I'm gonna shoot a magic missile at it.
Okay, love it.
How do we even do that?
I'll figure it
Okay.
out.
That's 11 force damage.
Alright. He jumps at you, kind of hits the ground back, looks like he's like looking for way, and you're like, and his body just hits the floor, slides across the floor, and hits the back wall. Totally dead.
Could I use my bonus action then immediately to spend my sorcery points to regain a first level spell slot?
Mhm. Absolutely. Okay, we're now back out of initiative.
Can I try to get across?
You absolutely can. Now that you're out of initiative, you can take your time, climb down, climb across.
That was my plan all along.
Everybody makes it across.
You guys, I'm going.
It's dusty.
Oh, I'm gonna post to give inspiration for the Indiana Jones whip. I should have done that earlier.
That's
That was
good.
awesome.
All right, in this room, go ahead.
Never mind. Go on.
Okay.
Go on.
Violet marble tiles cover the floor and walls, though all are cracked or broken, revealing the rough-hewn stone beneath. Sconces are attached to the walls in each corner, one of which holds a torch that burns with greenish fire. A marble sarcophagus, easily 9 feet long, lies in the room's center. The coffin is carved with dragon imagery, and the head of the sarcophagus resembles a dragon's head. Rusting iron clasps firmly lock down the lid. Etrigan, as you stare at this, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Go.
No, you go.
Nope. You
No, no,
please.
you go.
No, please, you go.
No, I love you more.
Please adjust the camera as well.
Gotcha. As we get on the other side and see that, you're like, do we think we could take a short rest, a breather to heal my man up? Or no?
You could try.
Okay. Do we want to try to take a rest?
How badly are you hurt?
I'm alright. I think we could keep going.
Very well. As I look at it.
All right. As you look at it, you're taken back for a moment, overwhelmed a little bit. You all see Etrigan drop to one knee. You can picture yourself at the well, and it's a memory you haven't had previously. You can feel something somewhat cold and maybe wet behind you. You put your hands down and realize you're holding a scale about this large. You kind of wrap your fingers around it, pull back and look up, and you can see the shimmering body of a silver dragon. Your left leg has been crushed, and you look and you can see leather barding on the back of the dragon. And you're standing and you look at it and it's breathing, and it kind of curls its head towards you. And you place your hand on its head and you can feel an intense sadness. And you look, and you can see mercenaries coming towards you with spears drawn. And then you snap back into reality. And as you do, a purple light starts emanating from the crack in the lid of the sarcophagus. And you hear this low vroom, 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 vroom. What do you all do?
I'll, I suppose, shake out of it quickly. And, stand up as I see the light happening.
I want to ready a spell, but kind of back up
Okay.
into like the corner, not into the pit.
Okay. Go ahead. Yeah. You back up like over here.
Yeah, is that yellow is just...
That's just the light coming from the torch. I asked Isabel to draw that, and I was like, "Can you make it look like a torch is
She
lighting
did
the
an
area?" And she
excellent
did.
job. She did a really
You want
good
to move
job.
that camera up a little bit? It's kind of
Where's
just barely.
the
You should have plenty of give with
Where's
the
the
cable.
clasp thing on it?
I'm glad you asked. There are a lot of rusty hinges on the side that you're looking at.
Like going along?
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's 3. 3 rusty hinges.
You want us to open it?
I think we have to. We've come this far.
Okay. Here's what I'd like to do.
Hang on, I have to quickly moderate.
I don't matter.
No, you do, which is why I'm moderating.
I kill anybody who say any shit. I fucking take out your spleen.
Do it. Not mine though.
No.
Okay, so let's talk more about dream phones during radio.
We have to practice our accents while we're doing mystery. And I was trying to think what we're gonna call it. We could call it glittery crying
let's
theater.
just do dream phone where we call up boys. Ask him to go to the mall.
All right.
Is this Barbie?
Thank you, my dude.
Yep. So where were we?
Okay, here's what I'd like
Yes.
to do. Are you here? Are you with me?
I'm with you.
I'm gonna fucking walk here. I'm gonna run, take my great axe, and slide across the floor as I just go.
Along the rusted. Oh, I love it.
Nice.
All right. You all see Orpha go over there, put a foot on the wall, and just. And it's dusty, so you have no problem sliding. You hit your knees, slide. You grab the back of your axe, slam it into it. It flies off. Continue sliding. You start running out of momentum on the last one and push it through. And as you do, the lid flies off. Purple light fills the room. We'll say you're right here. And you see a greenish hand come and grab the side. And you see this strange troll-looking creature wearing purple robes, not unlike those of the cult of the dragon that you've become accustomed to.
Ew. He looks like he has a lot of mosquito bites.
All of you roll me a quick nature check, would ya?
Yeah.
Nature. That's a 9.
I don't know much about nature.
It's an 8.
Roll a 1.
I got a 13.
13 is the best we got.
I look at it and I'm like, is that a toad?
You're like, cool. Definitely a troll. So if I could have everybody roll initiative for me.
That's better.
That's better.
That's not.
That's not.
Dream phone.
Okay.
The theme song and everything.
Orpha, where you at?
16. 17.
Okay.
Oh,
Rosabelle.
wait. Sorry. 18. I'm not used to having a high initiative.
True. Rosabelle.
Dirty 20.
Etrigan.
17.
Irigan.
5.
My god, you suck at
I
initiative.
know.
He's new
What
to
were you,
this.
Etrigan?
17.
All right. You see this thing stand up. It's got this black, stringy hair, sharp-looking claws. And it sort of looks around and takes the room in and looks at you all. And it says in Elvish, "Have you returned? Am I free once again? Have I paid my penance?"
Your penance for what?
Are you not dragon priests? You look strange. And he starts looking like he's getting antsy.
I serve a dragon, but perhaps not your kind.
He's like, I smell kobolds.
There are kobold warrens just outside of this place. Your castle is in ruins. It sunk long ago.
Then my return was not expected.
No, it was not.
Then I will free myself! Ah! Rosabelle, you were ready for this.
Yeah, I was.
Go!
That's a 2.
Okay, what was that?
It was Eldritch Blast.
Oh yeah, you fired off, and he ducks and kind of looks at you wide-eyed as it.
I am gonna re-roll.
Re-roll it.
Before I do,
Malia.
can I say that I had a bonus? Can I still have my bonus action and stuff?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
absolutely.
So I want to hex him as well.
Okay.
Get rid of that boy. Pull out the pink one.
What ability score are you going to hex?
Dexterity.
Okay. Done. That is a hit.
It is, yeah. So I also get to add my
Charisma. Yes.
So it's a 10. Shut it.
Malia.
Go for it, Malia.
And then a 6.
Nice. Big one. Okay.
And
6.
then-
Is that 9 total?
And then I add my charisma modifier. So I'm +5 in charisma.
You're +5 in charisma
I am.
Damn.
at level 2.
Yeah.
She is.
Beyond says so.
You cannot possibly be +5 in charisma at level 2.
Doesn't a half elf give you a charisma bonus?
Of +2. What's your charisma score? You're a +3.
Oh, that's my saving throw. I'm sorry. They
You're good.
organized it so
I know,
it says
it's totally new. You're looking at the saving throw, not the score modifier.
Yeah. Okay, they're up here now. Sorry, I'm a +3.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, it's
We definitely are looking at it. It's
We're
fine.
definitely looking at it.
okay. It slams into him, and he's Orpha.
Rage Reckless.
Nice.
Only way to do it.
I'm
Front
gonna
line, Rage
gonna
Reckless.
great exit, so I get to roll with advantage, right?
Yes.
And it's +5.
All correct.
So it's a 15 plus 5.
That is a hit,
Dirty
Malia.
20. Malia. And then I add what to my damage? Same?
I
don't add anything.
+3. Yep.
I don't add anything
Here.
for my reckless or rage, do I?
No.
Okay.
Oh no. Yes, your rage is +2. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes, your
so
rage
I
is
was
+2.
right. This is a D12.
Yes. I was totally right. What die is this?
8 plus 5.
Wow. Not bad. It takes the hit from Rosabelle. You slash right into its side. Its side splits open. Red blood pours down the side of it. Etrigan.
I'll take 2 steps this way. I am going to try to Chaos Bolt. Just
Do it, my dude.
Kamehameha style. I'm gonna reroll.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a shun.
Right, hey. You do have.
Oh, a divine.
We have one from
do it on
Jordy
this one.
LaForge Breaker and
Jordy.
one from Stumpy.
Stumpy. Oh,
There
yeah.
you go. That's a hit.
Thank you, by the gods, who have helped me. Okay.
Finger crossbows.
I got it. Yeah.
So,
Dreambows.
I need my 2d8, and it gets a d6, and then I get to choose what the damage is on here. Out of the 2.
I'll go ahead and give this to Sean for rolling good.
Mind myself.
Well, between poison and force, I'm gonna take force damage, so that's 16 force damage.
Okay, good call. Yeah, it's and it looks up at you and just. I imagine your hands are just together like this,
trying to push it forward.
It's and you can see the light emerges from behind it, and bits of its flesh fly out the back and burn off. It's howling in pain, and as it does, rears back with its claws, steps down out of its sarcophagus.
I accidentally hit Siri and it was putting all the shit you were saying in there.
And it swings a mighty claw down upon the Orpha.
Didn't.
Tight, and we already spent those two.
Yep, spin them.
Well,
All spin.
Sorry, y'all.
that's fine. Couldn't just use your own.
Orpha, take 10 points of damage, so it becomes 5 because of your rage. It could have been worse.
You're the barbarian who hates being a barbarian.
Yeah, taking damage is your job. He comes down, swings at you again,
What the?
and misses. Oh, it has advantage. Because you reckless. That'll get you.
Me?
Yep. Gets you for 9.
Oh my god, hold on. I do not like this.
You guys gotta practice with it. It's a really good new layout, but it's definitely not
9
different.
full?
Yeah, so you'd take 4. You've taken 9 total damage in the 2 hits.
Okay. Oh my god. I can't.
You have to that and then hit apply changes.
Okay.
Alright, and then after slashing at you twice, opens this maw, and you see a mix of blood and drool pour out of its lower jaw as it comes down and tries to bite you. Got you again.
Why does it have advantage on its bite?
'Cause she's
she's reckless.
Reckless.
And you take another 4 damage after having. It was 9.
Okay, you
Yes.
click on damage and everything you already typed in went away. It's fine. I just have to remember everything, and then it's like pointless.
No, watch. Do your damage, hit apply changes, and then it'll show your current hit points.
9 plus 4 is what?
13.
Okay.
Hit apply changes.
Yeah, I got that.
And then when
And then watch. And then if I hit that, it all goes away.
That's because I think you had something typed in there.
Oh. Okay, wait. How do I get to the thing again?
Click
though?
on the
Okay.
thing.
Yurikin, your turn.
Oh.
All right. I'm gonna step over so I'm not like right in front of the pit anymore.
Oh, Utilitas! Thank you, Devin, my man. Got y'all another divine inspo.
Damn! Thank you!
Thank you.
Utilitas.
You are the man.
Wonderful.
Okay.
There you go.
That makes sense. You can click on that. Then why would that?
That's
bullshit.
That's a bad function.
That's bullshit.
All right, sorry.
We
Yurikin.
love Beyond.
Go ahead.
I want to go ahead and fire the old longbow. 17
That is a hit, sir.
for 10.
Wow.
I'm gonna. Well, tell me if I need to, but I was gonna action surge.
Yeah.
Do that one more time.
Action surge. Tell me if I need to. Yeah, he's fine, dude.
He's good.
Surge.
19.
That is a hit.
And 7.
Okay. Yeah, you just plop one, plant the other one. One hits its cheek. Ah! It's roaring in pain. Looking pretty hurt. I mean, it's bleeding from everywhere.
Even if
Rosabelle.
I think I'm a +5 to hit. +5. 12 plus 5.
That is a hit.
8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
Oh, not bad.
Adding that charisma.
Yeah, I mean, you're just fired the first one. You did include your hex, right?
I did.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't seeing the roll. You spin around, fire it off with the other hand, just shooting these eldritch blasts at it. I mean, it's burnt and scorched, and its eyes are darting around the room quickly. Orpha.
same old. Doing the same.
Do it.
Is it that I'm proficient in charisma saving throws?
Yeah.
Okay.
16.
16 is a hit.
8.
Ooh, boy. All right. Yeah. Did you roll with?
She reckless.
You did. Yeah. You just slash up at it as it's taking hits from everywhere. Cut across its stomach. It splits open a little. Etrigan.
You're such a good troll.
Thanks.
I'm gonna try to do
What a
another
puppy.
chaos bolt.
From my wife. Thanks. Appreciate that.
That
Yeah,
chaos
this is a
bolt
definite hit with the
goes
chaos
down.
bolt.
Okay. Sorry. I need to look up.
Do you do based on what the d6 is?
It's what he can pick one of the d8s. There's 8 types of damage, and then you choose which one dictates the damage
That is going
after rolling.
to be 9 psychic damage.
Okay.
My God, you are making him feel real bad about himself. What's
Yeah, you're just and the bolt alternates colors and frequencies and damage before it turns into this purple beam, and it's just like ah! And you can see its eyes glowing purple, and it like claws at its head a little bit. Ah! And on his turn, Orpha, as you're standing close to him, you see the first axe wound you gave him start to kind of cinch itself back up just a little bit. He takes a step forward to right here, sends a claw aimed at you, Urikin, trying to throw you. Make me an opposed athletics, my duder.
Malia?
Ugh.
He knocks you, shoves you 5 feet. You fall. And you take all the 4 damage as you hit the bottom. You were ready this time. To kind of reach a foot out, grab the toe holds, grab it, slow your fall a little bit, hit the ground, but don't even take any of the
I got
spike
some
damage.
practice falling into pits.
Then it turns to Orpha. Opens its mouth impossibly wide. What's your armor class, Malia?
$15.
Gotcha. That'll be 5 damage after your rage applies, and then it pushes past Orpha, comes over to you, Etrigan, rears a claw back, tries to slash at thee. Does get you, sir. For 7 damage.
Yikes, I'm about gone.
Slashes at you, pushes you back into the wall a little bit. Yurikin, your go, sir.
I'm gonna try and climb my way out of this pit.
All right, and you can
Gonna get all the way
both
up.
climb up and then still get an action.
Alright, then I'm gonna go ahead and fire the longbow again. That is probably a hit. For 5.
All right, just plant a solid one right in his right butt cheek. Rosabelle.
I will cast Cure Wounds on the barbarian.
Okay, you gonna go up and touch her?
Oh, is it touch?
Yes, it is.
No. I'm gonna hit her with one of my special dice,
Okay.
which is at 60 feet. No wonder I never use Cure Wounds.
I hate cure wounds. I don't think it works in
Get
D&D
3 more.
anymore.
As a
Not-
sorcerer, it's great if you can like double your.
yeah, if you use the
Spell Sniper.
yeah, not
Not
spell
that one,
sniper.
the
sorcery points.
the
that
meta
reach out and
magic.
touch. But even still,
It doubles it to like.
it does double it, but still the bonus action of healing word that lets you still do something else because it's also an action
I don't
for
know.
just a slightly better die.
I find. I'd go the other way.
It
for
works.
sorcerer.
It works. What else? Anything else, Rosabelle?
How many?
3. Oh, that's a bonus action, so I can still attack.
Okay, cool.
7 plus 5.
Thanks, Malia.
That's not a hit, unfortunately. It darts off, slams into the stone behind it. You can see dust. Etrigan.
Alright, well, I'm going to whip it.
Whip it good.
You do have one more divine inspiration.
No, we don't.
Yeah, Utilitas
gave it to us.
That is a hit, my dude.
Sean's not allowed to use it. He'll waste it.
That last one hit.
Doesn't matter. Reality doesn't matter here.
That's
You're in
for
white
5
land.
damage.
Yeah, you're kind of backed into the corners. It hits its arm and leaves this like bruising slash mark. And on its turn, it looks at you and you see that like it almost just wipes away and its skin returns to normal.
Oh, man. It's a pain in the ass.
Opens up its mouth at you, Etrigan.
What a bitch.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I rolled with advantage. I should not roll with advantage on you. That's Orpha.
I'm gone.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gone.
There was no way you could have rolled.
Alright, it hits Etrigan. You see Etrigan fall to the ground. It turns to Orpha. Sending one claw slashing through the air at Orpha. That is a hit.
What'd you do on your turn, Orpha?
She attacked.
Attack.
6 damage, so halves to 3.
Have these.
Yep, take 3. Doesn't get you on the second one. And
Get you.
Yerdikin.
I'm
I
gonna.
want some gherkin.
I'm gonna second wind first. Was the second
call,
wind
good call.
the hit dice, right?
Yeah, it's a D10 plus your fighter level.
Okay.
Welcome to the Hall of
that's
Redeemer.
That's 3 hit points back.
Minimum.
All right. Then I'll fire the longbow for 18,
That is a definite hit.
and then 9 damage. Let me see what my d20 went.
It hits it in the back of the head, Or no, it had turned. It hits it right in its cheek, and you see one of its eyes sort of look like it goes dead, and it kind of stumbles a little bit, and looks like it steadies itself on the wall. Orpha.
Same old.
You mean Rosabelle?
I mean Roosevelt.
Nope, I rolled.
Sorry.
Oops.
Can't take it back.
I'm gonna use my last one on Sean. For 2. Oh my god, I can't roll those fucking dice.
It's 1 per level too, right? That's awesome.
I need that
I
one.
love the Divine Soul.
Where'd it go?
Wait, no, you're the what's it called again?
Celestial Warlock.
Celestial Warlock. That's the Celestial Warlock is very cool.
Rolled 1.
That is
That
not so
doesn't
cool. Would you like to spin the last Divine Inspiration?
Can I? Can I? Is
Go
that
ahead.
okay?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Let me
trust
roll the heavy. Let me roll the
Roll the heavy boy.
What's that?
That is a hit.
Yay!
And with that hit,
Wait. Let me roll it.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, take your time. Get them warmed up. It's 11 damage. How does this boy die?
So I want to bank my
nose.
Eldritch Blast off the wall and then have it go this way out
Thanks,
into the pit.
And you're like,
There's a mirror in that wall over
you
there.
fire from under the elbow. It hits him,
I can do that.
Right through the nose. Right through his phallic nose.
and down he goes. In fact, he stumbles, falls in the pit. He starts as you look down, and you can see spikes just protruding from his body. With that round of initiative, team.
Well, that was disgusting.
I'll push up.
Well done.
Oh. Who's down there?
Well, I'm
Well,
up
he's just-
now.
Oh, okay.
Who should we take a rest before we explore any more? The room seems safe enough.
It wouldn't hurt.
Let's take a rest. Then I want to look at that coffin.
We will attempt to rest.
All right, go ahead and take a short rest.
Go on with your short rest, Sal.
Yeah. Back up.
That brings me to 12.
All right, after the short rest, you all go to inspect this sarcophagus, and you find treasure buried with him. And it's strange because he doesn't seem to be undead. In fact, who has detect magic? You don't have detect magic? Never mind. Forget what I said there. As you search the sarcophagus, you find, as I said, some treasure that was buried with him. You see a ceremonial dagger made of fine mithril and silver, expertly crafted. It's got a dragon down the pommel, down the handle of it, and its wings extend into the blade. Just a beautiful, beautiful work of art.
I am proficient in Arcana.
Okay. Well, being proficient in Arcana, you are struck that he was not undead. He was not risen from the dead. But he was here for a very long time. In some sort of stasis. To what end? You may never know. You find silver rings, other jewelry, worth a total of about 180 gold. A fine silver amulet. You find another 50 gold. Just scattered inside. We'll round it up. Let's make it 60 gold so it's easier to divide out. And you find some spell scrolls. You find Command. You find a second level spell scroll of Cure Wounds. I'm looking at you, Rosabelle, because you're the only one who can cast that.
What was the first one?
Command, which I think is a Paladin and Cleric
I
spell.
think that's it.
But you have access to Cleric
Cleric
spells, so
spells.
I'm ruling that you can cast all of these, so get ready. So you find a scroll of Command, a second level scroll of Cure Wounds, a second level spell of Inflict Wounds, and a second level spell scroll of Guiding Bolt. And with that, you all have explored the Sunless Citadel. Etrigan hasn't gotten the answers he was hoping he would get, other than a brief vision that brought some clarity.
I think he would have trouble after they dig through and they find the gold. For a moment, he's like, yes, and then, just kind of leans into it, puts his hands through his hair, then remembers others are around.
Well done, everybody. Well done. I think we've certainly cleaned out a bit of evil, though I hoped there was something more here. Seems we found the beginnings of the cult.
Looks that way.
Odd. Would anyone mind if I take this dagger?
I do not care.
I'm just gonna put Dragon Dagger on here, even though
Would anyone mind if I took all this gold? Just joking.
Well, we shall split it, though from here on out we'll have a fifth to split things with. Though considering he did not join us here, this is ours. 60 gold apiece, I think.
Where to, guys?
Suppose we should grab Meepo, head back to town.
Agree.
Speak to Lady Hukriel. Give her the bad news, but the news all the same. We'll head back for Meepo.
All right.
Meepo.
You head back. You find Meepo, and he's fully geared up. In fact, he's geared up with clearly more than he can actually sustain on a march. He's got a backpack that's kind of weighing him down. He's got a huge human helmet with like that nose piece that comes down, to the bottom part of his mouth. He's wearing some armor that is that patchwork leather armor that has been kind of sewn together. A little big for him, but that does look serviceable. It's got like
They
this.
put buttons. They were like, buttons.
Yeah, it's got like that Roman pleated skirt style, and he's got a human short sword at his side, which is essentially for him a huge, like, massive two-handed weapon. All right. You find the kobolds are sort of all happy to see you, welcoming you back to the Warren, and Eustrael is... Once again, the Warren will never forget you. We thank you for coming down here. We are fortunate that it was you who could come, and not others who may have looked to harm us. We are in your service, and to that we hereby commit the hero of our Warren, Meepo. May he serve you well, and if he dies, may he die with honor fitting of a human.
Yeah, I think I'll put my hands together on that. I don't doubt that will be befitting of Meepo. I do have a quick question.
What is it, of course?
Where did you find a white dragon egg?
It was with us for many generations. It was our pride and joy. As you know, they don't hatch idly. They must be cared for and kept. It was my honor that the worm Calcrix was hatched on under my leadership. Most are not so lucky.
Appreciated your hospitality, Ustral. Word, though. I certainly hope you won't hatch anymore if you have them squirreled away somewhere.
No. We will not hatch anymore. But we need... She kind of looks around. She leans into you. She's like, kobolds need purpose. Talk to the humans. see if we can assist them. Otherwise, for you, Astral, it is our nature. It is our way.
With no more goblins, no more tree, the humans, I think, would be amenable. One would hope.
I could see where they could find your assistance useful.
We are cunning and loyal.
That is true.
Well, we will speak to them, Yustral. Perhaps there's work to be done in the town. Those fields. We did pass. Is it blighted fields?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We have blighted fields that might need work. This is a town where everybody could use protection. Those are the times we live in now.
And you come out at night, which is when people would need protection.
That is true.
Speak to humans. We will treat with them. In good faith. With Meepo as our emissary, yes. And Meepo is just standing kind of reverently, clearly weighed down.
Slowly
like
down
leaning pretty heavy onto a walking stick.
just an inch every 30 seconds. Yeah, I'll extend my hand.
Oh yeah, she puts out this old, wrinkly, scaly hand.
I'll put both around it.
She kind of does the same, her little claws kind of resting against your skin.
It grabs my sleeve.
Can't help but grab and tug just a little. Go now, humans. And remember the friendship of Yusdrael.
I will remember. You healed me. You are now my friend.
Yes.
And I'll, tug on her shirt thinking that's what I'm supposed to do.
You do, and she's kind of like her eyes go wide, and she kind of reaches out and tugs a little harder.
I'll pat her head.
Gobble off. Oh, man.
Farewell, humans.
Farewell, Yustral. Farewell, kobolds.
They're all farewell, farewell, farewell. They all kind of wave at you guys. In fact, some of them come forward and grovel a little bit, throw themselves prostrate at your feet as you all begin walking out. And Meepo, just head held high, weighed down by his gear,
As high as he can hold it now.
walking behind you.
What time of day is it as we get out?
We'll call it dusk. I think you guys would have timed it so that you're not going to leave at noon for Meepo's sake. And you make it back to the town of Oakhurst without issue. It was a pretty short walk. Meepo, obviously, you ease him of his burdens pretty quickly. He drops the helmet on the side of the road, unloads some of his gear, and you all kind of divide it amongst yourselves. And with that, he actually is like, Meepo, scout! And he runs off ahead, disappears into the shadows.
Quick thing, I gave him the urchin background because I thought that made the most sense.
Sure. Good.
He does have a pet mouse. You can decide
Nice.
where that is, but I imagine in us taking that out, there's a small...
Can the mouse be called?
Yeah, he's like, that's
Can the mouse be Peepo?
okay. Sure, why not?
He would.
Yeah, he would.
Meepo Jr.
Or just name it Meepo.
Yeah.
Meepo.
He's like, give me people. And he takes him out and he scurries into his sleeve and he's like, and you see him just come out on his neck. But he does an effective job of scouting. I mean, you guys see him disappear. And at first his reports are far too frequent. He'll come back every 5 minutes and be like, I smelled a deer and I saw a rabbit. Do you want Meepo to catch? And you're like,
tasty.
But he starts to get the hang of it. And you all arrive in the human town of Oakhurst, where you see that same tavern that you went to. The name escapes me right now, but that same tavern with the orange glow coming from within. And outside, I think it's getting to be fall.
That tavern
So-
was called the Three Tim Tams.
Cool, got it.
Tim Tam
The trip Tim Tam. And so there's the first kind of chill of the year. It feels quite nice. Just a cool night as the stars start to present themselves.
Stars.
Orpha, that was incredible. I could have sat there on that riddle for who knows how long.
I would have still been thinking about it.
Impressive. This cold feels good.
Just like the reeds, we're stronger together. We all bring something different.
I think you put a hand on your shoulder. I think you're right.
You feel a tug at your shirt as Meepo pulls on it a little
I'll
bit.
pat Meepo's head.
Don't kill me, bro. Don't fucking do it, man.
And with that, do you all walk into the bar, to the tavern?
I'd walk in and be like,
4 adventurers walk
around
into a
for
bar
all
with
of
a...
us.
Five adventures.
Well, 4 adventurers walk into a bar with a kobold.
5 of your finest ales for me.
He walks in behind you guys, kind of obviously nervous, and a few of the farmers look up and kind of look alarmed for a second. Yeah, they're like,
Shameless.
yeah, they're elbowing each other, kind of, and they do look a little bit nervous. And the same bartender, if you recall, huge burly man, 4 arms are the size of tree trunks, like resting along the bar. It's like, oh, you've returned. He's like, what is that? Is that a goblin?
Oh.
That is the great hero, Meepo. You have never heard of him.
His people have been trying to protect you for some time.
Roll a deception.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready, man. I got a 12.
Okay. He's like, hardly. Well, he's like, James, go get Lady Ugrail. I don't see the twins. It's bad news then, Well,
Bad news mixed with good news. We did stop a fairly terrible evil that's been growing under your town.
he says, oh, what about them missing farmers? Any news? There were skeletons.
I guess that's what
working.
I'm wondering is if
Yeah.
I probably would put that together right at this moment.
Like, well, we did find they were serving a fell purpose to a spellcaster.
Oh, they wouldn't have done that. They're all good people around here. The people of Oakhurst are... Well, we're not cavorting with goblins or orcs or whatever that is.
Kobold. These kobolds were not involved. However, the goblins that you've dealt with were involved.
He's like, oh?
That's right.
A moment later, door slams open. She comes in. Where are they? Did you find them?
I would solemnly walk up to her.
Oh, I mean, you come up and she does the whole, like, tell me you found them. Where are they? Sharwin.
I mean, if she won't, he'll just open his hand to
She sees it and does the whole, like... It's like, how did they die?
They... An evil druid was doing fell, dark, ancient magic there. They came in contact and looked like they fought their hardest, but
She puts her head down and does that kind of quiet sob. Just... I hadn't even had a life yet. I hadn't done anything.
I don't actually have any, like, power to do this, but I think that I would just want to, like, I can cast minor illusion, so maybe just, like, touch her and, like, make it feel warm or something.
I mean, she puts a hand on yours.
Like, I didn't meet
In
her at
comfort.
the beginning of this adventure.
Right. She's just... There were 22. And I've got no one. It's like, I'll see to it that you paid. That's my end of the bargain. One of the farmers just kind of nods at you guys and puts his arm around her and walks her out. Everyone in here is just kind of hanging their heads and looking at their ales.
Barkeep, who runs this town?
He says, "Oh, well, that'd be Mayor Thunrand, of course."
I think we'll need to speak to Thunrand before we leave this place. The kobolds here have an agreement to reach to try to... They're industrious creatures. Most cities, do you know this, usually have...
I don't know nothing about no kobolds, or I mostly keep to myself. Know about barley and hops. Don't know much about kobolds.
Well, the great tunnelers can make elaborate things. Traps, fortifications. Most cities have agreements with them to maintain the sewers, maintain everything else. This seems like a term you could use, protection.
He's like, "Oh, sure. Well, it's not me you've got to convince. I suppose Mayor Thunrand be open to it. Can I get any of you a drink? On the house, of course."
I'll take 4 drinks if I can, please.
He's like, "Of course."
For yourself or the rest of us.
Oh, you want drinks too?
That's what I thought. 4 for her and 4 more, please.
And Meepo's like, "What is tastiest human drink?" And he's like, "Well, it's supposed to be one of the ales." Kind of looks at you guys. He's like, "Here you go, little fella."
She gives him like a Bud Light.
Yeah.
Of course,
He
like.
gives him a Bud Light lime. Meepo's like, "Pretty good." Pours the rest of you ales. "Suppose you'll be needing a room. Can give you my half rate. Couldn't afford to give it to you free, I'm afraid."
I'll pay you the full rate.
"Well, okay. Wouldn't turn you down. Thank you. I'm sorry about... Well, I don't know. I suppose it's not my place to apologize. I don't know, just the whole business."
Well, they did lose an adventurer on their way.
"So you did. I'm sorry to hear that, too. Violent times."
These are the times that we live in. My heart aches for those that have been lost so far. But it's also a reality. This is the life we chose. Adventuring is violence.
Suppose we've all suffered loss. Every one of us. I have.
I walk outside on that note.
Yeah, you start to walk, reach back, grab a beer, stop, grab a second one, walk outside. He watches and nods knowingly.
Perhaps it's the moments that we can share together, our collective loss and grief. Will do us good to know that we're not alone.
It's like, well, I suppose that's why people always need beer. Drown your sorrows if you need to. Here's the key. Second room, on the left, top of the stairs.
How much is the room?
2 gold.
Ah, man, I'm gonna give him 10.
I mean, he looks up at you just kind of...
He won't. I also won't say a thing out of some level of respect. Just
He locks eyes with you for a second and Looks pretty soft. Takes the gold. Guys, it's 11 o'clock. We're going to stop there. We can assume we're going to do a quick epilogue here. You all speak with Mayor Thanrand of Oakhurst.
Who runs Barleytown?
And
I knew that's why you were laughing.
Yep, nice. And he is more than amenable to meet with the kobolds. You don't know the outcome of that. You only set it in motion. But he is. They're talking about how they're going to put emissaries together. They're going to go to the Sunless Citadel, and they're going to have that conversation and see where that goes. You all head back to Golden Leaf out of respect for Meepo. You decide to travel at late afternoon. So he endures the sun for a little bit because you guys need some light, and you kind of settle into a cadence of traveling from about like 3 p.m. to midnight. It's a little bit more difficult on you guys, but it's sort of a sacrifice you make for Meepo. Travel is a bit slower, but overall pretty uneventful. He actually does a really good job. He avoids 2 potential fights that you guys would have come upon. He spotted some highwaymen that you guys were able to give a wide berth and completely surpass. And he spotted a mama owl bear with her little hooting babies making these noises. And again, gave them a wide berth, waited them out, and got past. So he helped you avoid 2 fights. You all arrive back in Golden Leaf. You make level 3, and that is when we will pick up next time in a couple of weeks.
500 gold that she paid all of us?
500 gold, not each, though.
No, yeah. I mean,
500
yeah.
to the party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Alright, that's 100 gold each since we're giving Meepo 100 gold.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging with us. I think we're gonna go ahead and launch a raid on the Greyhawk channel tonight.
Yeah.
They've got a pretty big group over there. Normally we like to raid the little small guys, but you know what? They've thrown us a couple raids. They're our buddies. We're gonna give them some love here. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We hope to see you in the Discord. We'll certainly be chatting right after the game.
Don't miss tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Curse of Strahd, 7:30. Don't miss it. Trust me. Don't miss it. It's going to be good. It's going to be a fun one. What else we got? Anything? You guys have a fun time with these characters on the
Tuesday,
Sunless?
Dream Phone. Me and Raven.
Yeah, we'll discuss that. See you guys. Thanks again.
Bye, y'all.
Appreciate it.
Raid.